Right here, I'm using a font called Old London. It is a true type font, and I wanted to show you what it looks like when you use it in Hatch. And you can see quite a few mistakes here. There's just, it's just not done correctly, right? And in a couple of videos before, I told you why I really don't like to use even the fonts that come with Hatch. Let's also look, people want to know the difference between Embroidery Studio, or Wilcom Studio, and Hatch. And here's the difference now. There's not as many mistakes, but there's still mistakes there. And so what I wanted to show you is why it's so good just to go grab a font of your own and just type it into Illustrator, copy it, and let's come back over to Hatch and let's paste it in. All right, so now that that's been pasted in, it could be as simple, and I wanted to show you this really quickly, as just auto digitizing. And this is what I meant about auto digitizing done right. I mean, and that's a done deal. Now here's your satin right here. Turn off your auto split, and if you want to bring the size down a little bit, and that's pretty much a done deal. Let's hide that. Okay. And then if you wanted to straighten out everything that you have going on as far as like your stitch angles here, you can just put H, and then you can straighten out your stitch angles as much as you need to. Okay. Now I'm going to show you why this is really cool though in Wilcom. So let's do the same thing here in Wilcom. So we'll edit and we'll paste this, and we'll bring this over. We'll bring the size down. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to convert to a complex fill, and then it's going to ask you for stitch angles. Don't even worry about it too much. So that's a done deal. But now we have this auto knife, and that's a done deal. And you can see that there's no mistakes. Let's make it a lighter color here, so you can see the difference between the two here. And that's just coming in with a vector and doing auto digitize, right? And then you click this auto knife. And I don't know if you have that in Hatch or not, but this is one of the reasons why I like Wilcom. Things are a little bit better. And even if you looked at how they converted the true type font, it was better than it was in Hatch. And that's one of the biggest differences. Now, I'm also going to show you something else that I had sitting here on another advantage on bringing over vectors, right? So here's something I picked up off of Google. And so you can come in here and you can hit this image trace. If you don't have image trace, you can go in your windows and you go find image trace and bring the window up. So you can go to just click image trace, and then you can expand, and now you have vectors, right? So now we can right click and copy this and go right over to, let's delete this stuff here. You can go right over here, right click, or you can just edit paste if you want to. And that's a done deal. Now, a lot of times what I do, because I don't like to have this right here, so let me delete this out. Another thing that you can do is you can come over here and just, you got to ungroup it first. And you can grab that and get that out of the way. Okay, and now we'll come back, right click, copy, come back here, and we'll edit and we'll paste. Okay, and so let's make this, we still have this little piece here. Call myself getting rid of that and didn't do it. All right, so here we go. So now we have this, and now what I want to do is kind of make this, like if I was doing this for a cap, I would make this about 2 inches tall. Cool, and again, here we go. So you can just kind of right click and convert to a complex fill. Give yourself, now what you can do is just go up here and hit that button there. Now this is kind of big, so it's not gonna do as well with a what do you call it? So we'll make this a tatami stitch, but you can see how fast that you can do auto digitizing. Is not a bad thing, but you need to start off with good artwork. And I'm not going to say that you're going to do this with images, because it's not really possible to get an image this great. You need to just kind of digitize yourself. But if you're doing logos, and like simple text logos and things like that, this is a perfect way. And you're still going to charge the amount of money you're going to charge for digitizing. And this is coming out exactly like if I was to digitize this myself. I wouldn't be doing anything different. If you look how that looks, it looks perfect. I wouldn't be doing anything different here. And that's that logo done. You can easily, we're going to convert this in the next class. We're going to convert this over to 3D Puff so you can see how easy this is to do a 3D Puff logo in seconds, grabbing something off the internet, going into Illustrator, vectorizing it, and bringing it back in over here, and then doing the auto digitize. With most things, this will work fine. If it doesn't work, then you're going to have to, maybe sometimes, you will have to manually digitize something in here, but you can definitely save a lot of time by doing that. The same thing is possible in Hatch, but Hatch is not as good as Wilcom Studio doing the same thing. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'll see you guys in the next video.